Hello, my friends. Welcome to 30 Albums for 30 Years, 1964 through 1994. I am your host, Jay Sweet. Today's album, pretty cool one. Herb Alpert presents Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66. Released August of 1966. Recorded in 1966. At some time, it's not listed, and it was released on A&M Records. Let's get into it. Okay, so we begin by talking about piano legend Sergio Mendes. Mendes was born on February 11, 1941 in Brazil, and he was steeped in the country's vibrant musical culture from a young age. His exposure to diverse styles such as samba, bossa nova, and jazz laid the foundation for his musical journey. And during his formative years, Mendes was influenced by the growing bossa nova movement. Bossa nova is a genre of Brazilian music that emerged in the late 1950s and early 1960s, primarily in Rio de Janeiro. Characterized by its smooth melodies, gentle rhythms, and sophisticated harmonies, bossa nova represents a fusion of traditional Brazilian samba rhythms with elements of jazz, classical music, and other influences. In the early 1960s, Mendes embarked on a musical journey that redefined the soundscape. His first band, which would later evolve into Sergio Mendes and Brasil 65, and then it was changed to Brasil 66, pioneered the fusion of bossa nova with elements of jazz, pop, and samba. And this unique blend quickly gained popularity internationally, propelling the group into stardom. With the debut album, today's album, Herb Alpert presents Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66. And of course, the featured hit from that album, Mas Que Nada. So what's with the title of this album? I mean, Herb Alpert presents Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66. What's with the Herb Alpert presents? Kind of weird to have that in the beginning of a title. Well, let me explain. So the album was recorded and released under the A&M record label. And the collaboration was created under the careful direction of Herb Alpert, who had a keen eye for talent and innovation. He knew music. I mean, Alpert was born in 1935 in Los Angeles. He sort of made his bones as a renowned trumpeter, and then later as a producer, and then the co-founder of A&M Records. So there's the connection. And he began his music career again as a trumpet player, gaining recognition for his distinctive sound and innovative approach to jazz. In 1962, Alpert formed the Tijuana Brass, a group that successfully blended Latin, jazz, and pop influences. Throughout the 1960s, Alpert and the Tijuana Brass succeeded tremendously, releasing a string of hit albums and singles. In addition to his work with the Tijuana Brass, Alpert co-founded A&M Records. That happened in 1962, along with his business partner, Jerry Moss. Now, the label quickly became one of the world's most successful independent record companies, launching the careers of artists such as the Carpenters, Cat Stevens, and of course, Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66. So let's talk about the album itself. So each year there seems to be this unlikely hit album that defies expectations and resonates deeply with audiences across genres. In 1966, Herb Alpert presents Sergio Mendes and Brasil emerged as one of those outlier albums, transcending pop trends and leaving a lasting impact on the music scene. Despite the dominance of pop sensations and rock bands at the time, Sergio Mendes and Brasil 66, their unique blend of bossa nova, jazz, and pop, captured the imagination of listeners, propelling the album to number 7 on the Billboard Pop Charts and number 2 on the jazz charts. Its unexpected success showcased the group's exceptional talent and creativity, earning them a gold record. The album's innovative fusion of bossa nova, jazz, and pop elements captured the attention of audiences worldwide. And the standout track, Mas Que Nada, propelled the group to international stardom, earning them a Grammy nomination for Best New Artists. With lush vocal harmonies, advanced arrangements, and a rather brilliant display of musicality, Herb Alpert presents Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66 captivated audiences and solidified Mendes's reputation. The album's success also elevated the careers of the talented musicians involved. On piano, keyboard, and vocals, of course, we have Sergio Mendes, who led the ensemble, and then vocalist Lonnie Hall and B.B. Vogel. The rhythm section comprises of Bob Matthews on bass, Jose Suarez on percussion, Joel Palma on drums, and each member brought their unique talent and sensibilities to the project. Together with Herb Alpert's vision, of course, Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66 created what many believe to be a masterpiece that continues to inspire and delight listeners to this day. Throughout the rest of the 1960s and 1970s, Sergio Mendes continued to hone his craft, releasing numerous albums and touring extensively worldwide. He collaborated with artists such as Herb Alpert, Lonnie Hall, and saxophonist Cannonball Adderley. In the 1980s and beyond, Mendes continued to evolve, embracing new musical trends while staying true to his Brazilian roots. He experimented with funk, disco, and electronic music. His collaborations with contemporary artists brought his music to a new generation of listeners, showcasing his enduring influence. Outside of making albums for himself, he also contributed to film soundtracks, composing music for several movies, including the popular animated film Rio and its sequel. Through his compositions, Sergio Mendes has captured the vibrant spirit of Brazilian music and culture. All right, my friends, there it is. That's today's show. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. It does make a difference. Check out my other podcast, The Jazz Real Book. And to learn more about what I'm up to, if I have a couple books coming out, always performing, check me out at jsweetmusic.com. So until next time, let's keep this wonderful music alive. Have a great day and peace.